Yeah. This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go.
Hi, everybody.
G'day.
On the show today,
We speak about neighbours' life being threatened. Not your neighbours, neighbours. And then we speak to a couple of people who still watch that stupid show.
That was pretty full on.
Nathan,
You know?
you had a very
Pretty
negative
full
neighbours
on.
attitude.
I know it's like today tonight, isn't it?
Yes.
Bit of a state.
We talked to people who, when they moved in with a partner, they discovered that person had no domestic skills whatsoever.
Oh no, you're going to love these conversations. And well, we were going to speak to Richo, but he let us down from Channel 7.
So we didn't.
Yeah.
So we didn't. So that's not going to make it, obviously.
What else are you going to talk about?
What else we got?
Well, you talked about Justin Langer. I was
Yeah,
going to
Justin
have covered that.
That's going to have to go in there.
We got enraged
Oh.
about that.
Oh.
Also, I had so much fun with a box over the weekend.
You did a box.
A box, Shaun.
It was weird that your
around.
dad was there too.
It was so weird. And Mum too. Don't do it alone.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Maths last night introduced Al to us properly, who is 25, looking for love, even though he's never had a girlfriend or a relationship in his life.
not
It was
looking for love then, looking for marriage.
Looking for
No
marriage.
marriage,
Looking
no.
for
He wants to
marriage.
skip
So,
the whole
so
lot.
genuinely on there for the right reasons. Thinks he's great, thinks he's hot, a bit concerned about his legs, doesn't think they're as muscly as what they can be, but while also saying they are muscly.
Has he been skipping leg day?
He's just a very down-to-earth guy, humble,
Very much so.
down-to-earth guy.
He's,
Shaun.
I think,
He-
not lacking in self-confidence.
No, and we learned a lot of that in the opening episode, I reckon, that they went through that kind of stuff. But last night, focusing on him as well, just open up a few more doors to this man, Al.
Well, Samantha, who he's been married off to, she says there's a lot of pink flags, she's calling them.
So they're not
all
red
the way
yet.
red yet, but there are a lot of pink flags. You see, she was with the same guy for 7 years, and he ended up. They were on the road to getting married.
Yes.
And he ended up cheating on her. So she's got all this life experience, and then this guy's just moved out of his mum's house. And his mum was at his wedding, and his
course.
mum decided to make a little bit of a speech to Samantha about what she's getting in a husband.
I would like to introduce Al, the son I have raised. He is a young man, full of life, a loving energy, looking for adventures like traveling, playing footy. Al and I share a very special mother and son bond. As
flag.
for the not so fun side, he can't cook nor do laundry and not very good at cleaning. When he gets home from a hard day's work, he just likes to relax with his computer games,
I'm going to say this, Mom.
catch up with his friends, at the same time have his dinner served and lunch packed for work the next day.
Dinner and lunch served. There you go. Can't do a thing, Nath.
When he was getting ready for his wedding, she had to put his blazer on him because he didn't know how to.
He doesn't
put the
know how to
jacket
put
on,
wear a
and then
jacket.
his shirt was untucked, and I think she had to tuck his shirt in.
I think their relationship might be a bit too close. You know what I mean?
But you know what? And I do. This is probably really sexist of me right now, but I think there are a lot of women that have received that man.
I think
that
that's probably
they-
accurate.
Yeah.
And the reason is that there are a lot of mothers that really love their
Yeah,
sons
yeah,
and think they
yeah.
can do no wrong, and so do everything for them.
Now, I would love to be proven wrong, and because I think it's mostly men. I'm sure a guy has gotten a
heaps.
girl. Do you think, Shaun, there's a
Heaps.
guy out there that has
But
been
that doesn't
given
even
a
know
girl
how to operate a
that-
washing machine.
Yep.
No, guys who don't know how to operate a washing machine.
No, we're talking about
No,
do
girls.
you
Yeah,
reckon a
yes.
guy out there has
Yes.
received a girl that doesn't
Yeah,
know how to
heaps of
cook,
them.
doesn't know how to clean?
It's certainly proportioned, men
Yes.
being terrible in this area. But
Yes.
yeah, recently I've been running into heaps of people who the men are doing most of the cooking. The women aren't into it. They don't do it. They don't like it. Heaps of them.
Who does the most cooking in your household?
We're about 50-50 at the moment.
Yeah.
Which is too much.
That wasn't in the vows. It was not in the vows. Shaun is not happy.
God forbid it be even.
Yeah. Hey, we want to know, what did you receive in that partner?
That's
When
right.
They came into your life and they moved in. What did you get?
Were they house trained or not?
Yes, and we'd like to hear from men and women because I'd love to.
Could go either way.
An unhouse trained woman is like is a mystery to me because I think that women just have it all together.
Are you kidding?
Ready to hit the road this summer? It's time to What If It.
Visit whatif.com to plan and book your accommodation, flights, activities, even car hire.
Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. Booking cancellation windows apply. What if it's Aussie for travel? Check government advisories before booking and travelling.
Last night on Maths, one of the mother of one of the grooms made a speech just detailing all of the things that he's incapable of doing. Can't cook, can't wash his own clothes.
Barely tuck his
doesn't
shirt
know
in.
to clean.
Yeah.
Gets home from work, just plays video games.
Yep. Requires his dinner and lunch for the following day to be prepped for him.
Packed into his lunchbox.
And
Okay.
put with the fact that he's never even had a relationship before, and Married at First Sight producers decided that he was going to give him a wife.
How old is he?
25.
I'm so angry. Mothers, don't do this. Teach your sons how to do something. Or daughters too.
Yeah, well, you're in a... More and more the mums are
And
doing all the
fathers
stuff.
teach them too, not
Yeah.
just mothers. Shouldn't be up to mothers. Chloe's in Darch. Hi, Chloe.
Hey guys, how you going?
Hey, Chloe.
All
Okay,
right.
what do you got for us, Chloe?
So my brother, he's brought his girlfriend over for dinner for the first time to meet us all, and we're all, sitting at a table. It was lovely. We all got up and, us kids do the dishes, and we were like, oh, do you mind wiping the table?
Yeah.
And bless her heart, she picked up a tissue from the tissue box to start wiping the table.
Are you joking?
Did the table have a runny nose? Chloe, how old was she?
So, probably like 19 at the time.
Oh.
She's
Yeah.
never wiped a table down.
Could you just
Never
imagine her cleaning the floors with a
I
tissue?
know, exactly.
Yeah,
Chloe-
and like us four kids who,
Yep.
clean up
Yes.
after it, like do the dishes and everything and have to do the part. We were all looking at it like, oh my gosh.
Was there any other things along the way that you caught up with as well that she was incapable of doing? That was a
Not
standout.
really that I've noticed. Probably brothers noticed, but yeah.
Yeah. Tissue table. Tissue table.
Single
Yeah, that's
mum,
enough, Shaun. That's
Mum's
enough.
obviously done a lot for her,
Yeah,
bless
yeah.
her, but yeah.
Oh, you just need to start and end with
Thank
tissue
yourself.
table. That's
Yes,
fine.
exactly. Thanks, Chloe. Kimberly is in Secret Harbour. Hi, Kim.
Hi, how are you?
Good kid.
Okay, what happened?
So I met a guy, and that we're still actually together, but when I first met him, and that he was single, 2 kids, never knew how to use a washing machine and didn't even know how to use a lawnmower, and I thought that was normal for a 30-year-old.
You thought it was normal that 30-year-olds didn't know how to do the laundry or start a wash.
No, I thought it was normal. You knew how to
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, of course
that's
it is.
Because
Of course it is normal.
Kim, it is normal.
So what did he do up until that point with his laundry?
I have no idea.
Was it his mum?
Mum? Yep.
Yeah.
There's still guys out there that just take their laundry to their parents'
It's
house.
not even that hard. That's one of the easier
it's
tasks.
easy.
I know.
Literally
Yes.
put it in the
Yeah.
the machine does
Yeah.
most
Yeah,
of
it
the
does.
work.
But you
Does.
should be really ashamed of yourself when your mum drops over your folded laundry and then
Yeah.
you get her to mow your lawn.
Start the lawnmower. Start the
And I
lawnmower.
love that Kim's gone, yes, that's the man for me.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Now, we're not talking about ourselves because us 3 are catchers. I mean, Shaun's the only one that's been caught.
And skills. But we're,
Actually, no, to be honest, did you know how to do everything? Because you can't really do handy things around the house.
No,
even
no,
though that's
no.
like
I'm not
common
good with
occurrence
the. No,
anymore.
no, I'm not good with the drill in my hand. No, when I moved out of home, I remember my brother Dave probably was the one who put me on track because Mum would do everything.
Yes.
For us, and I think when we moved out there, my brother would be all over me. You learn how to do the washing machine properly and all the other business along the way.
Do the washing machine properly. Laundry.
So now laundry. So now I'm a full book.
You are.
I'm a great catch.
Mate.
Oh, such a
Megan
lucky.
I
is
actually am a
so,
great-
Megan,
I actually
Megan
am.
is so lucky.
I am a really good catch.
Oh,
Here's
Megan.
Kim from Mullaloo. Morning, Kim.
Hello there.
Hi,
Okay,
Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Is this striking a chord with you?
Yeah, and I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, I think, because he's listening.
We'll protect you. Firstly, what's his full name?
Nathan.
All right, body on the line, Kim, with this story. Tell
all
us.
right, come on, let's hear it.
I met he's my husband now, but I should have, had a pink flag on that one a long time back. But
Yeah.
when I first met him, he was about 25, and we moved in pretty quickly. And I found out that he didn't know that a toilet needed a toilet brush.
How alarming.
Kim.
God,
Yeah.
so I'd imagine how you found out that way. That was pretty obvious, I guess.
Kim, no.
Well, when I said, come on,
Any
you need to go
danger?
and clean the gunny.
Yeah.
I would go in there and find him up to his elbow with tissues.
Tissues again. Tissues.
I know,
What is it with the
tissues,
tissues that people think that's how you do the cleaning?
Oh, and by the way, he also uses tissues to clean the bench.
Have we missed something?
Have we missed something? Especially in this pandemic world.
I know.
Tissues are like a...
Yeah, they're at a premium.
They're pretty scarce.
You want to keep them for their
So he had
purpose.
so he had wet tissues and he had his hand up the guts of the toilet just trying to clean all the bowl and
Trying to clean smears and,
Yeah, the business. The shrapnel.
Kim. And once again, you thought, yes, this is the man with me. I must spend the rest of my life with him.
Well, the problem was we'd already, bought a place by then. Like,
no.
as I said,
you
we
didn't
moved
know.
into Pickwick, so we'd almost signed the line, and what was I supposed to do?
Yeah, there's no backing out. You're
Here
right.
he is cleaning the toilet bowl with tissues. Kim goes, hand me one. Just starts
It
crying.
is important to do a proper vet test.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Before you sign that
Check
line.
the merchandise. Thanks, Kim. Dave's in Atwell. Hello.
G'day, how's it going?
Good,
Oh,
Dave.
good.
Good,
Dave.
buddy. Now, what have you got for us?
So I'm married to this wonderful woman named Rebecca, and when we were first dating, I went over to her house and she cooked this amazing beef lasagna, or as I thought it was good beef lasagna from her. But then when we eventually moved in a couple of years later, and I asked, hey, can you cook that amazing lasagna again?
Yeah.
She told me that it was actually her mum cooking and not her the whole time.
Oh, so one of the reasons, and no, not all, but part of the reason that you fell for her was her amazing prowess in the kitchen, and that was her mother.
Absolutely. That is correct.
What a bait and switch.
So, Dave, could she actually cook or
At all?
not?
Well, look, the only thing she can cook are those lovely bloody snags at the old cricket club, you know what I mean?
So you can do the $2 snags on the Barbie.
That's about it.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one, Shaun.
I'm
You should
feeling
ditch
for
her
you.
for her mum.
Yeah.
Because we know she's a great cook.
Dave.
Rebecca, hang your head in shame.
Rebecca, married to Dave, living in Atwell. What a deceitful woman.
That's right.
How good does a mum sound, though?
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun.
Yesterday, I woke up to watch the Pipeline Masters. No doubt you guys did, because Kelly Slater, of all
Unbelievable.
people,
Yeah.
was in the final. So an alert came on my phone. I got up and watched him against Seth Moniz, and he was
He
just.
turns 50 in a few days' time.
few days' time.
Isn't that
Amazing.
extraordinary?
I remember when he was on Baywatch, remember?
Yes,
It was a big
Nathan.
thing. Kelly Slater on Baywatch.
So he won his. I think it was his first Pipeline Masters in '94. I think it was 94. It was either 92 or 94. I think it was 92. It was. So think about that. 92. I think we were in year 11, Nath.
Yep.
92.
Yeah, right.
He won his first then, and decades later,
Surfing against competitors who weren't born then.
So the guy he competed against, he's been a long-time friend and almost a family member to this group, the Moniz family, who are like the custodians of Pipeline, if you like. And
Okay,
they're an Indigenous group to,
Sure.
to that area. And he's been mates with the dads and the family and all the uncles and all that. And next thing you know, he's competing against this kid he
Yes.
would have watched born and grown up, and he's competing against him in the final.
And beat him.
50 years of age in a couple of days, as you
Extraordinary.
said that.
Do you reckon the younger surfers want to talk to Kelly, or are they like, oh, God, here he goes about his stories again?
Okay, Boomer.
It's a really good question. Yeah, I think they are.
Because we all still think Kelly Slater.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be completely different from him. But I tell you what, he's still a bloody good-looking rooster.
Yeah. He is. That's
he's
100%
he's
accurate.
fit.
Yeah.
It is disappointing
Yeah.
we won't see him in the Australian leagues coming up, obviously,
Yeah.
because he won't get vaccinated. But yeah, what a phenomenal talent. Unbelievable
Because
stuff.
for someone that's been in the sun that much, you would
Yes.
think he'd look like that old woman from Something About Mary.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like a sultana person.
Yeah.
But he's
Clearly
kept
great
it-
sunscreen.
He's kept it tight.
Yeah. He looks after himself. There's no doubt about that. But the big news, obviously, was Justin Langer's resignation. And we were waiting since Friday because the Cricket Australia board
Yes.
were meeting about their what they were going to do. They came back and said they hadn't come to a decision yet, or and needs
What
some
are they
further
doing?
work.
Like, come on.
The further work was that they'd offered Justin at that point in time a 6-month contract to see him out for the 2020 World Cup, which is in November back here in
But with,
Australia.
with no extension beyond that. That was it.
So that is because can we just be honest here? That reeks of them offering him 6 months, so they're not the ones that have to pull the trigger and try and look like the bad guys. So it was Justin sort of would walk away. Is that really what's happened?
Yes, Nathan. They didn't want to extend his career. Yeah, absolutely.
So they thought, we'll give him 6 months. I know he'll say no. Then we're not the people that got rid of him.
He's resigned.
He's chosen to resign. Well, it's so insulting.
It was untenable,
either way,
really.
if he was going to stick around, then that's a win for them because they then all the stuff would die down. The fact that he's been really successful at this point in time, and then come the end of the season slash year, he would move away, and they'll be like, "All right, beauty, we'll move on to our next candidate," who they've probably already, laid eyes on already. So it was handled really poorly.
Well, it left a bad taste, didn't it?
We'll always support Justin.
Any sports group that's got Australia afterwards making really bad decisions, aren't they? Tennis Australia, Cricket Australia. They're not really on
Rugby Australia haven't been great either.
They're not really on their game, are they? When I was reading a whole bunch of these articles, because people are like universally pissed off about what happened with
Mitchell Johnson in particular.
Yeah, he really did.
One of Cynical from Australia, he commented, Langer is old school. You know, hard work, call out laziness, brutally honest, tough love, discipline, all the traits the modern woke people hate. Now, my question is, are the people that were complaining what we call woke snowflakes that... Or
no,
do they have a point?
I think that's too easy a comment to make from people who aren't inside the Australian, those athletes. Nathan Lyon's been around for a long time, so he's not a woke person at all. And he, I believe, well, what I've heard is he's one who has not been 100% behind Justin. David Warner, another old stager, kind of the same. Steve Smith's been around long.
Well, let's not forget that Steve Smith and David Warner were kind of the reason that he was brought in the first place.
Oh, yeah,
to clean up the mess that they left.
Yeah, they should be grateful.
Absolutely.
None of them have come out.
Justin Langer turned the culture around because of that whole South African
turned the culture around
mess.
against him, which isn't good.
Clearly, he's upset a lot of people along the way. When people say old school, they're old school values that we always hope that we have. But in cricketing days, as the coach, you were basically sat back there and you were a friend to the team. You never put them under enormous pressure at all because the captain, who was always the one who was
making the
decision, the coach was like a
guiding light without.
That was it. Now it's changed, and in particular, it's probably changed. With Justin to the next level, like he's taken it to the coaching level, which you would have in any football and any other sporting realms, but it hasn't been that way, Nathan. I wonder if that was the kind of thing that upset a lot of those guys who'd been around,
particularly after Darren
they're
Lehman.
Not used to that. Darren
because
Lehman's
he's a
really laid back,
mate's mate kind of guy.
Yeah, a couple of beers in the shed, all that kind of stuff. Justin comes in and coaches the team, and this is how we need to act.
It's so foreign for us because we know Justin personally, and we think he's just such an amazing guy. So I think the only way moving forward is once Justin is out of isolation and quarantine or whatever he's doing back here, I think he comes on and coaches our show. For like a week.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
So we get Justin to coach us and then we see what it's like.
Yeah.
Jeez, we're going to really go hard at him, aren't we?
To see if we can see where the Australian players are coming from.
Well, I mean, and then if we see there's nothing wrong, then there was no problem.
I agree with that.
Because we play the professional, we play elite radio.
Elite radio.
For Australia.
I mean, I'm hoping he comes in and kicks our bin over and then picks all the rubbish up again.
That's fine.
The Australian cricket team are rated number 1. We've not been rated at all.
If Australia's Perth, we're doing okay.
Yes, we are. Oh, but most award, what is it? We are the most
the least award winning.
Yeah.
Show,
you don't need awards. You just need to know that you're doing a good job within.
Is that what we think we're doing?
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
I think there would probably be, I'm guessing, about 7 people in Australia panicking right now.
Do all of them work on Neighbours?
Yeah, because I don't think anyone watches it. It might be the end of Neighbours, everybody. In the UK, broadcaster Channel 5 has dropped it, so they're
That's
not
right.
going to be picking up the new series of Neighbours. And they
new series. There is a new series of
apparently,
Neighbours.
Sean, they foot the most of the show's production
Yes.
costs. So it's,
They pay millions of pounds a year to show it over there.
it cannot be run because no one ever wants to pay for it.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to say this, and it might upset one person. Nobody here watches Neighbours. I don't know a person that watches Neighbours.
I know we interviewed Toadie a couple of times probably in the last 5 years.
but Toadie's like,
Yeah,
you know what
but
I
I
mean?
thought
you know
then-
back in the day.
That's right. He's popular culture now.
Yeah, Neighbours had it's probably wound up about 15 years ago at least.
All right, let's do a thing. Right, so right now it's Susan and Carl, right? I'm guessing
Are
they're
they still on it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, Susan and Carl, I'm going to say they're still on it, right? Name someone else.
Toadie. He'll
Toadie's
still be
on
there.
it?
Yeah, I would think so. What
I
else is
don't
he
know.
going to do?
I don't
It
know.
has not been on a main TV station for 15 years.
I know, it got bumped to, what is it?
Peach or
Peach, whatever it's
Peach.
called. Peach. Oh, that's when you know your career's over, when you're on Peach. When you're on a TV station.
I could run a
end up
test
for
pattern and have more
I
people
don't think it
watch
was
it.
15 years ago, Sean. I think 15 years ago it was still on mainstream TV.
I think we need to have a look at that. Honestly, it's been
Remember
off. It's been off for that long.
when
I
Home
reckon
and
we'd be
Away-
really surprised. Thank you, Natalie.
Remember when Home and Away first started, and it was like people were like, "Ugh, Home and Away's not going to last. That's the side dish to the main meal, which is Neighbours." And we didn't think. And now Home and Away rules supreme. My dad loves Home and Away. Thursday nights is his favourite night. 3 episodes back to back.
Back to back.
And when I watch it, it's the stupidest bloody thing I've ever seen. Oh, it's terrible.
It's a lot happening in the Bay.
Oh,
People get blown up.
mate.
Things happen.
Are you serious? Homeland Security
People
would have
dying.
been shutting down the place in the Bay if that was a real place. Like, you know what I mean? It's where all the psychos go.
It moved to Peach in 2011,
2011 went to Peach.
so 11 years ago.
11 years ago. But was it on a crappier station then? Was it on one before then?
No, it was on Network 10.
Hey,
it was on
even-
Channel 10.
Even further, guys,
11
to the
years.
conversation. Who's ever turned on the Channel Peach?
Sometimes when you sit on the remote, you know.
What is on Peach? I just want to know right now. 13, 24, 10. Is there anybody out there that is listening right now that watches Neighbours?
Is up to date with what's going on at
Yeah,
Neighbours.
maybe you can
It's
give
put
us
in
the
hard
lowdown.
work, still loves it.
It's not all over. Like, they could get another backer. That's what they're hoping for. But imagine that. Maybe Gina Reinhardt really loves Neighbours. Do you know what I mean? You're just going to take a white night like that, I think.
We are looking for anybody that listens to us that turns on Peach and watches Neighbours.
Don't say it
Explain
like
yourself.
that.
Oh,
You're
sorry.
being very,
You're
very...
right. I will
we're
celebrate
open.
you. We are open.
No,
but
I'm with you.
It
Can
sounds
we
like
go to-
Nathan's going to
come
mock you
on.
if you call.
I probably will.
Working on that.
Siri will too.
Siri's going to back them. Siri's going to give them £10 million.
Siri's not happy with you either.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
The news came out yesterday that the channel in England that plays Neighbours is backing out, and they provide most of the production costs. And so if there isn't another backer found, Neighbours will be axed.
Channel 5 has had some clarity.
Channel 5 is allowed.
So we know that's the production's cost. So the actors who have been a part of this show for a long, long time, were they actually getting paid?
They're getting paid in produce.
Yeah.
They get paid in
I would have
like-
thought so.
Yeah, one of them gets paid in potatoes. The other one gets paid celery. No one wants celery. We want to talk to people that actually watch Neighbours still. Because,
Stop saying it like that with your screwed up face.
Sorry, we want to
No
talk
one
to
watches
people
it.
that watch Neighbours still.
That's right.
Because I want to see
Like
if they're
Yvette
upset.
from Mirror Morning, Yvette.
Hi, Yvette.
Good morning.
Are you
Hi, Yvette.
Hey, Yvette.
Nathan's being very negative about your show, Yvette.
No, Yvette, I'm going to be very
I know,
gentle
it's
with this.
terrible.
Yvette, are you serious? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. 26 years of my life, I've been watching Neighbours and Home and Away. It's coming to an end like that.
You stayed with Neighbours all that time, Yvette. We were talking about the fact that it had to move to Peach because no one in the world was watching it.
No,
But
Yvette was watching
we
it.
found the one person.
So, Yvette, is Susan and Carl still on it?
Yeah, they still run it. They're pretty heavy on it still.
Okay, and like
Toadie?
is Toadie on it?
Toadie as well, yeah. Toadie's gone through a couple of girlfriends since Sonny died.
And by the way, Toadie having a couple of girlfriends, he should have had one for his life. You know what I mean? Like, and then like the fact that there is romantic interest surrounding
Yeah.
Toadie.
So you said since
He's not a
Sonia
leading
died,
man,
so Dee died as well. How many wives of his have died?
How many wives has he had?
Well, he had Sonia who died after Dee, but Dee magically came
Oh, she
back
came
from the
back,
dead.
that's right.
Yeah, so that was all a massive issue.
But it was
and
really her
she
sister or something? What was that?
Yeah.
What?
That was like an evil twin sister that she had. And
Are you
she was trying to live on the
joking?
legacy. No, not at all.
Yvette, listen to yourself.
What about is what's his name? The baddie, Paul Robinson. Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still on there. He nearly died last week, but he's still alive.
Didn't he lose a leg?
Yeah.
No, he's still walking.
No, but he lost a leg. The
was a
last
plot
thing I
point
knew
where he
about
lost
it.
a
I
leg.
think the bottom half is prosthetic, but that's like 20 years ago, guys. Come on.
Yeah, no, but they
Yeah, but it
don't
doesn't
grow
grow
back.
Does he still like limp, or is he just like has he gotten used to the?
Yeah, he's still got that little bit
Still
of
got
the
the
limp,
limp.
but
Well, method.
He's adapted. He's adapted
He has.
to his prosthetic very
Yeah.
well.
Yvette, come on. Like, are you serious? Like, so you really enjoy it?
I really enjoy it.
Okay. Do you watch anything
love
else on Peach?
Look, probably not.
Don't even know when
I'm only in it for Neighbours because
That's
I've
right.
watched it for 26 years.
So there's going to be a void in your life now.
There is. There's going to be an empty hole. Every night at 6:30, I sit there and watch Neighbours, and then it continues on to Home and Away.
You just run from one to the other.
Oh my God, you should be 70.
My bedtime is going to have to be later now.
2 hours of Australian
I
soap.
cannot handle you right now.
That is
Hey, Thursday night's triple episode of
Yeah,
Home and
that's
Away.
right. Don't forget.
Up late that night,
Never
Yvette.
forget. Thanks, Yvette. Maria's in Mount Lawley. Hello.
Hello.
Maria.
Hi, Maria.
Do you love it too, Maria?
Come on.
Yes, we actually did the tour in 2017, me and my two kids, and we loved the tour. And Ramsay Street is not even called Ramsay Street, and it's not near the studio, like it's a few sort of, like a couple of suburbs down from where the studio is where they film in Melbourne. And I can tell you the whole bus was full, and a Neighbours song is playing in the background. It's so funny.
Thanks for calling, Maria.
Maria.
Hang up on her, Harry.
The studios used to be in Nuttawading. And I remember going to Lassiter's once and having a beer there.
Oh, listen to
The
you.
makeup, yeah. So I thought I was
Really?
all the business. But can I tell you, that was 20 odd years ago.
Is
Maria.
Daphne still the cafe? Was that the, remember? Oh, no. Oh, no.
No, it didn't
No.
become Cheryl's Cafe.
Cheryl. Who's Cheryl?
Oh,
Never heard of her.
Maria, what's the cafe called
Cheryl-
these days?
Oh, God, you know what? I can't even remember what the cafe's called. But when we went on to the studio, we saw all the little makeshift shops, and we saw, where they filmed. Like, it's pretty, extensive, tour you go on. And,
Well, they've got to pay for the
And we
show to be
had-
made.
I know. And it's funny, when we went back to where the tour place was, which was on Flinders Street in Melbourne, Kim Valentine was there, and so was John
Libby.
Orsick. John Orsick's from Cop Shop, so this is why I'm showing my age here. They've got an acting school. And they,
They have an acting school.
Maria.
I don't know any of these. You're naming these people, I wouldn't have a clue who they are.
Libby Valentine
Kim
was...
Valentine.
Yeah, she
Okay,
played
so
Libby.
she played
Yeah.
Libby. She
Who
played
was
Libby.
Carl and Susan's daughter.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Obviously,
Jeez.
Sean. Come on.
Yeah,
Sean, hey, don't we haven't been and had a beer at Lassiter's. Sean.
Oh, yeah, Sean.
don't you?
Oh,
don't you
yeah.
look down your nose at us?
Oh, throws his hands up.
Thanks,
It's there for
Maria.
other purposes.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
On the weekend, I thought I'd just take Dad out for something to do, because we didn't really celebrate his birthday when it was his birthday.
That's
Didn't
because he
wanna go out.
refused to.
Didn't want to go out. Didn't want to do anything.
Well, normally he has to be home by about 2. What's his limit?
No.
What's
He
his
doesn't
limit?
like being out past midday.
That's it, midday.
Yeah.
I was giving him a couple of extra hours.
Because of all the stuff he has to do at home.
Oh, no, it's he reckons that midday, every car on earth is on the road, everyone's in his way, and there's certain rules if you live by Brian. And then also, say if he's had one beer, he will not leave the house because in case he needs to go to the toilet.
Oh, okay.
yeah, okay,
you're
yeah.
right. There are no toilets anywhere else, Brian. That's a great point.
I could literally say, I could be over there. Dad could have had just like one beer, and I go, Dad, do you want to come with me and just get the food that we've ordered? And he goes, oh, no, I can't. I might need to go to the toilet. Well, there's toilets there. No, I can't do it. And also, it's past midday, so I don't know what I'm asking.
Nappies, Brian. That'll do it. Adult nappies.
I made sure that I booked something in, and we were past midday too. It was on Saturday.
Whoa.
I
Was there a
know.
toilet?
And it was in the heat. Yes, there were toilets there. It was in the heat. which wasn't good, him venturing out on that day. But 11:40, we were booked in to go and see a movie at the cinema, so it was okay. You know what I mean? It's just around the corner from his house.
Yes.
Plenty of facilities.
Yeah. He was bitching about the parking before we got there. Oh, the parking. He was going, we're not going to get a park here. He was going off. Every time he says it, I pull straight into a car park underneath Karen up.
Yeah,
Well, that's all you need.
Yeah, I have this. Yeah, anyway, you go.
Yeah. No, keep going.
Whenever we're down south, Megan always tells people how bad the parking is, and we never ever wait for a car. And I know there's lots of cars here, but every time we turn up, someone's leaving.
Sometimes when you tell stories about your wife and I tell stories about my dad, I think they were meant to be with each other. So anyway, we get up to the cinema and we're going to see a movie called Moonfall. Now, it's suggestion by the amount of tickets that were sold in the cinema was 5 that it wasn't going to be very good. It's Halle Berry's latest one.
I saw her interviewed on the project.
And to be honest, I liked it. I thought it was great, but there was a reason why. We booked into D-Box, right? So we wanted to go and see it in Lux, which is, where you get served D-Box, food and all that sort of stuff. Well, I didn't really know too much about D-Box. All I knew that there was also reclining chairs in D-Box.
Sure.
Bit exciting. So we go in there.
Because what you want to do is mostly sleep through a movie.
Natalie, you cannot sleep.
What?
In D-Box, because with addition to the chairs reclining, the chairs vibrate and shake as the movie's going in response to the movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Anyway, and I didn't tell Dad, and Dad shat himself.
We're toilets right there, Brian.
Dad thought there was an earthquake. Anyway, it made the movie so much fun. It just shakes and moves, and you can change the intensity to low or to high in your chair.
That's cool.
You've got to go and see. I don't think many people know that D-Box exists here in Perth.
I've never heard of what D-Box is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to work for a romantic comedy.
Especially
if there's a love scene in the church and starts going,
Okay, we'll leave you with that image.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
I want to start with the Perth Wildcats. On Saturday evening, they were playing the South East Melbourne Phoenix.
Yes.
And the Phoenix got off to another cracking start. The Wildcats were... this season they've been terrible in the first quarter of games. They only scored 11, I think, in the first quarter.
But don't they always sort of suck at the start and then come through strong at the end?
Well, they don't want to be.
Stronger.
Yeah, because they against some of the better teams, they'll be out of the game. But South East Phoenix, they had a couple of players out through COVID protocols, and certainly their coach was missing as well. But having said all that, I thought, oh my God, the Wildcats, they're not even in it. They're not even. All of a sudden, boom, boom, they were dropping threes, and it was on. And next thing you know, they're up by 20. It was just a really...
so once again, you counted something out, and then it came through with the goods.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
They're top of the ladder.
100%, yeah. It was a really clinical performance in the end.
Luke Travers was unbelievable. He had a real breakout game. He
did,
good.
24 points now, and he was saying that some of the players had said to him that he's got to start taking more shots. The other one was Jesse Wagstaff, who, when he had the opportunity to drop a couple of threes, he made them count. And you can see with his leadership, and you notice from Jesse when he comes on the court, he gives up, when he's defending, he's always giving up fouls. So he's stopping the opposition from shooting a shot by just giving them a foul, and then they have to take a side ball. He knows his role down to a T, and when he's able to make shots, which he did on the weekend, the team's just taken to the next level. Take my hat off to him. Actually, some of the commentary was based on, at the moment, the Wildcats are picking their very best ever team, and some of the people was...
Over the last 40 years.
Over the last 40 years. And the commentators were talking that whether you would have Jesse Wagstaff in, and it was one guy was saying, he has to be in. He's won 5 titles. He's on the verge of playing 400 games.
He makes a really good quiche.
He makes a really great quiche.
Which is important. That is Jesse, how they pick the team.
And some people don't have him in there because the criteria was pretty simple, and I think it was name the very best team that the Perth Wildcats could field.
Yes.
Okay.
The very best players.
Yep.
So some people are viewing it, your longevity has to come into it. 5 titles, he's a winner, all that kind of stuff. And other people saying no. Other people are going to go down the line of the very best player. Could be... Michael Innes could be in it, who was the MVP for the Wildcats a few years ago. Only played like a season a bit.
James Innes,
Michael's brother. And, of course, Bryce Cotton, because he's only been around for 3 or 4 seasons at the moment.
Did any other super old school players make it? Like Carl
They haven't named the team, Nath, but I'd certainly...
No, they have. They've named it.
They've named the team?
Yeah.
When did it get named that?
Yeah, the other day. What day was that? 3 days ago. So the
I'm all over it.
Bryce Cotton, Ricky Grace, Shaun Redditch, who's that? Andrew Vlahoff and James Crawford are the starting five.
James Crawford.
Scott Fisher's got to be in there.
Yeah.
Yes, so he's off in the reserves. Damien Martin, Kevin Lish, Scott Fisher, Paul Rogers, Nick Kay.
Yeah, okay, so Jesse being in the team for so long and being longevity, 5-time champion, all the rest of that kind of stuff, missed out. Nick Kay only played a couple of seasons before going over to Europe to play. Hone his craft, gets into the team.
But they're literally just talking about the best of the best.
Yeah.
Over 40 years, some class players.
Oh, unbelievable players the Wildcats have had, and that's why they've been so successful. And again, on Saturday night, they proved, whilst playing away over on the East Coast, they're still able to get it done, so congratulations to them. We were going to catch up, as we said, with Richo to talk about Jakara Anthony and her performance last night.
But he will not answer his phone, and Shaun's dirty because we were talking about this is like when you do a group assignment at uni and someone hasn't rocked up with their work. Richo hasn't rocked up with his work, which was hopefully all the work for the assignment.
That's right. Jakara was unbelievable last night. Dominant. Just dominated every run.
Yeah.
She was the only one to score over 80 points in every single run.
Well, she 83.09 that got her the victory in the end. She was from Barwon Heads, which is on the coast as well.
Yeah, that's Geelong way.
Yeah. And
but her parents met at the snow.
Yeah,
so
that's amazing.
They would go up to Mount Buller every winter and ski. So yeah,
I just love the fact that we are all now so immersed in these sports that we can sit back after watching something for 10 minutes and go, "Oh, that was a terrible run."
Her knees came apart after she landed. Like literally. I don't know how mogul skiers can do it. What happens to their knees is unbelievable.
Is it a future of knee and hip replacement?
Oh, 100%. And a lot of time they're doing ACs left, right and centre, and the aerialists are the ones as well.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because they're the heights they're getting to are enormous.
Oh, mate, 100%, Nath. All the best.
Emphatically, yes.
Yes, I was.
He didn't, though, because he's a professional.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.